Because memory systems allow you to turn the not-so-convenient pieces of information, whether it's this group of random 5 digits, or the square footage of a property, or the names of the family members that you're taking around a property, or the bus routes, or the names of the appropriate schools for the children, or the area of Liechtenstein. It doesn't matter. Memory systems allow you to turn all the not-so-convenient pieces of information that can either gain you or lose you credibility and turn them into convenient chunks. So you can still utilize this natural ability that every one of you has had and probably not used since you were small children. I mean, how would it affect your bottom line if you never had to refer to notes when you walked around a property? Imagine being able to memorize all of that information and more with every listing you had. And it doesn't matter whether you have 3 or 33 listings, because all of that is possible and more with the aid of those 4 systems. Names and faces. Again, if you've been at a party, meeting, a convention, whatever, and you see somebody across the way that you know you've been introduced to maybe 2 or 3 times before, but for the life of you, you can't remember their name. So you kind of avoid eye contact all evening, right? And halfway through the evening, the inevitable happens. From the other side of the room, from a guy's perspective, all of a sudden you hear, "Hey, John!" And you're like, "Hey! How you doing?" "Oh, no, he's coming over." A, B, C, D, E. You do that nonsense, right? But they come over and they have their husband or wife and you flounder around for introductions. You want the ground to open up and suck you down. Socially, that's so embarrassing. But in business, it can be disastrous. The sweetest sound to somebody is the sound of their own name. You forget somebody's name, you might just as well be telling them, "I don't care about you, you don't mean anything to me." Conversely, you remember somebody's name, especially if it's after just one introduction. The person's not only flattered, but they remember you. They know that they're important enough to you that you've taken the time aside to remember their name. It's the basis of all relationships. Now, I'm going to put some people on the screen here, people you've never met. I will give you 5 or 6 seconds, and then I will give you the visual clue that I gave you, okay? Out of interest, how many people think you have 3 out of 3? All right. The average person will get less than 3 out of 10, okay? You have 3 out of 8, so you're way above the average, but let's assume we're at the norm right now without using a system. The actual people will get less than 3 out of 10 without using a technique. My point being, as silly and as crazy and as nuts as this may appear, any you get from here on in proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that it works. What was hanging right across this from
Washington?
Washington, right. What was attached to that?
Adams.
Adams, okay. Who took it?
Jefferson.
Jefferson.
Madison.
Madison.
Monroe.
Monroe.
Quincy Adams.
Quincy Adams. They turned into?
Jackson.
Perfect.
Van Buren.
Van Buren.
Harrison Tyler.
Excellent. Well done. Thank you very much. There you go.
Appreciate it.
No, you're welcome. Thank you. So that's under a lot of stress.
Laurier, all right, and then falls onto the table, which is board of directors, Bowden,
right, and then who steps out?
Meehan.
And now under this pressure, that is excellent. Please give him a big hand. Thank you so much. Here you go. Thank you so much. Who is that? Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Now, if you thought you were going to get away with it, what stops you getting in the entrance to Loblaws? Smash the ketchup turns into jam the ice cream, open the newspaper, after the egg, on his head, out of the side, squeeze the lettuce, toothpaste on, and the Twinnie. Now, the only downside is any time you go shopping, that's all you're going to be buying. Thank you so much. You guys have been wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Bob did a phenomenal job.
Thank you very much.
I personally have had the good fortune of seeing a number of speakers talk on memory, and didn't Bob excel by all standards? Didn't he do an excellent job?